Hi guys, this is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your support. If you're interested in subscribing to the channel, you can go to patreon.com and choose Engelgeist. Search Engelgeist and choose a subscription level. Over there you'll get special readings that are only available over there every month. You also get the daily forecast a day early, so you can better prepare for whatever may be happening. This is a broad spectrum reading intended for a lot of people who may watch this video at any point in time. It was originally created for Saturday the 13th of Friday, Saturday the 13th of February. It is the end of the week for this week. If this video does make sense, great. Utilize it in whatever way you best see fit, always using your own highest intelligence and intuition while doing so. If this video does not seem to fit, that's okay. It doesn't mean anything's wrong or broken. It just might mean that you might be working on something different at this time. One other thing to keep in mind is always never take whatever I say over that of a professional in their field, like a doctor, lawyer, or therapist. Always listen to them first and foremost when seeking advice before anything that I may say. And again, use your own highest intelligence and intuition in making your own decisions in your day-to-day life. So let's see what the cards have to say to us today. Okay, so we have the Three of Swords, which is the Sorrow card. I believe that we've seen this card a lot this week. Three of Swords would indicate heartbreak, sadness, maybe memories of the past, thoughts of the past kind of coming back to sort of haunt us in a way. Yesterday we had that Seven of Swords, the Seven of Cups, which was the debauch, and the Five of Discs, which was worry. I'm gonna have to say it doesn't feel like this is our week, guys. I'm not exactly sure what's going on. We do have that Eight of Cups underneath this, which would be that sort of coming to terms with the situation emotionally and maybe finding the ways and means to move on from it. This Three of Swords would indicate that possibly we may not want to fight that anymore. We may be very, very acutely aware of sort of where we've been hurt, how we've been harmed, where we've let ourselves down, that sort of a thing. I don't want us to get sort of stuck in this feeling, but it might be very apparent and very much at the forefront for us today when you see this reading. I think that the Three of Swords always does have a strength to it because it brings us to terms with some of the thoughts or ideas that we might be having that aren't serving us, or things that sort of hold us back from the past that kind of limit us. Ideally, we want to do that work and maybe find our way through it. Let me see what's going on in the clarifiers. And the clarifiers for today are, we have the Priestess, she's back. We had her behind that Eight of Cups on Sunday, so her energy is still here. She would represent spiritual secrets, higher knowledge, tapping into our subconscious, our deeper sense of self. She is also associated with Piscean energy, so she can be very emotional. She can be very cryptic. There could be stuff that we're sorting through right now that doesn't necessarily make a whole lot of sense to us, or we might find it a little bit confusing. But ultimately, and she's similar to how we saw the Magus yesterday, or the Magician yesterday, she's here to teach us something rather profound. She is Major Arcana. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. I feel like she is that light. If you look at that light around her chest, her throat, and her head, I feel like we might need to just sort of be in this sadness, sorrow, misery, whatever it is that we're working our way through. She has a gift for us on the other side, although it may not be completely clear or obvious, right? So I just want to say, hold tight, keep strong, keep moving forward, keep pushing on, right? Again, I'm going to sort of reverberate yesterday's reading, which was, don't avoid whatever it is that's making us uncomfortable. Try not to fight against it. Try not to resist against it. Try to allow yourself to sort of ease into it and allow it to happen. And again, that's my definition for the Tower each and every time. So this is the Tower. The Tower would mean major upheaval, big changes, things that we can't control, things that need to be changed, things that need to be. This could be what's causing us some of the disruption in that Three of Swords, or the pain, the sadness that we're seeing in that Three of Swords. We could be having rather bleak thoughts. This is a major, to me, when I'm looking at the High Priestess and the Tower, to me there could be major shifts taking place for you, for whoever watches this video. That may not make sense to us. They may not, the answers may not be very clear. It might feel quite unsettling or uncomfortable, but ultimately these major arcana, they bring with them, in my opinion, huge gifts, right? And so with the Tower, when things are being destroyed or falling apart around us, or we feel like they're falling apart around us, it's usually like on the flip side of that, or further beyond that, there's usually this opportunity for things to be rebuilt in a better, more stronger, more stable or sturdy way that suits us better, right? So I do want you to keep that in mind moving forward for those of you that might be struggling right now. And then the last card is the Ace of Wands, which would indicate new beginnings and the ability to take action. The wands, always aces, would indicate the focus on self, in my opinion. The aces always indicate optimism, new beginnings, and new starts. From the destruction of this tower, from the shifting and changing that we might be dealing with, know that something is new is right around the corner, something that we are driven to spiritually, that we feel connected to spiritually. It could be a better and deeper awareness of who we are at the level of spirit, what we know to be right, what we know to be true. And because of knowing this right, this sort of personal right or trueness, we're not able to sort of put up with the things that maybe sufficed in the past. That would be elements of the Tower and also elements of the Three of Swords. If there's things that are bothering us, causing us sorrow, sadness, upset, behaviors of the past or patterns of the past that we see coming back, the High Priestess will guide us through this. I even think the destruction of the Tower will guide us through this, but we have to ease into it. We have to trust it. We have to move towards it, and move towards it by taking action, right? Seek out the thing that we desire. Again, I would say this, it's like about putting ourselves first versus anybody else at this time. That's the courage stone that we see this week. I think the courage is also facing this Tower. We saw the Devil, I believe, twice this week too. So we've been dealing with some challenging aspects this week, is my impression here. And so, hopefully this Tower is really bringing that into completion, that there's kind of like no fighting it. We can't kind of resurrect it or keep it afloat any longer. But there's something beyond it. That is that Ace of Wands. This is your grounding stone for the day. This is hope. Keeping that hope alive is going to guide us through this. I see hope in that High Priestess, although we don't necessarily feel like she's being maybe completely transparent with us or clear with us. Our emotions or our higher self might be around us, yet we're not fully connected or feeling like we can fully understand what's going on. But if we have that hope and we ground in that hope, we ground in that courageousness, we can be guided through this. We can find a new beginning. It's not, this may feel like a massive ending, but it's really truly, the way that I see these cards, it's really truly only the beginning in that Ace of Wands. We just need to sort of maintain that hope, keep that perspective, understand that for everything that sort of falls apart, something new is born in its place. Something that maybe fits us. It's sort of like a snake shedding its skin, right? It's no longer, it's a cycle that we have to go through, right? And it's a cycle that hopefully we've come full term with, and we are done with, and we are ready to let it go through that Three of Swords. Like, we've suffered enough pain, enough sadness, enough worry, enough whatever, that we don't need this in our life anymore. We need to turn towards the hope of something new, something better, something more desirous and exciting for us out there. It is out there, though. I'm excited to see how the cards transform for next week. If any of you are feeling this stuff, please leave me a message and let me know, because I feel like these last few forecasts for this week have been a bit bleak, and I'm kind of worried about the messages. I certainly know that I have been dealing with some big stuff here in my life personally, so it could be some of that too. I would love to know if you guys are experiencing the same thing. Please hit the thumbs up button if you've enjoyed this reading. Know that there is hope everywhere. Subscribe to the channel if you feel so inclined, and I will look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow to see how the new week unfolds. All right, take care and have a great